From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Morning Edition.
Well, hello and good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. It is Wednesday, October 11th.
Let's get started.
The first one said, "I love you," and immediately at 8:11 also it said, "I'm sorry."
They are tough messages to read. A mother with a plea for help for her Berkeley-born son who's missing after the attack in Israel.
It's never good to see children losing their lives. Children cannot help where they're born.
Healing children wounded by war. A Bay Area group is on a mission to help Palestinians in Gaza.
Do you think that this could be done on the first round?
I hope so.
Deadlock in Washington. A vote is coming on a new House Speaker, but there's still no clear leader for Republicans.
Food is one of the hardest things when you're going through this, when you're battling.
They are culinary angels. Some of the best in our community are helping to heal patients in need. And he's back right where he belongs. Former Giants manager Bruce Bochy is taking his new team to the championship series.
Good morning to all of you on this Wednesday. I'm Nicole Zalumis. Every time I see Bruce Bochy, he is a winner on and off the field. Love that guy. He's so kind.
I'm happy for his success, but we miss you. And when I see that and how the Giants season was, it's a little hard to handle. I'm Gianna Franco.
And I'm Reed Cowan, and I just want everybody to get along. Let's talk about the weather right now. Jess, a little bit of a change, but I kind of like it. It makes me want to go out and put the sweater on and get the coffee. It's nice.
Right? No, I mean, it's literally fall weather here in the Bay Area. Last week we were dealing with that heat wave. This week, it's actually nice for us. We had two cold fronts sweep their way through. One on Monday that brought us a little bit of rain, and one yesterday that's leaving us with some partly cloudy skies for us this morning down in the Santa Clara Valley. But as we wake up this morning, the big story right now, it's actually these windy conditions that we have right around the corner, especially as we head into this afternoon. Of course, all those outdoor objects that you don't want blowing around into your neighbor's yard, maybe you should bring them in today. We can see wind gusts anywhere up to around 30 miles per hour along our coastline. A very similar trend in our inland areas. I'll show you that in just a bit. But we're all waking up mostly in the 50s this morning. So it's definitely jacket weather and, of course, bundling up weather, at least in the early morning hours. Wind gusts anywhere up to around 25 miles per hour this morning along our coastline. It's going to continue to stay very breezy into this afternoon. We can see wind breezes anywhere up to around 30 miles per hour just into the 3 o'clock hour, and it'll stay the same trend along the coast with lighter conditions off into our inland areas. But let's take a live look outside right now from San Francisco. Mild for us this morning. Yesterday alone, we saw about 1/4 inch of rain in areas like Sausalito and Mount Tam with way less impressive numbers the more south we went, closer to the Santa Cruz Mountains. These storms that we're going to start seeing that move in from offshore, they come in from the north, and we're going to continue to see more of those actually as we head into this week. Today and tomorrow, we're catching a break, dry conditions. We'll actually see some clouds rolling their way in as we head into our Thursday forecast. It's not until Friday where we see the next light band of rain slowly sweep its way in from offshore. We'll keep a close eye on that, but for now, I'm going to send it back over to you, G.
All right, a traffic alert for commuters continues. If anyone uses the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge, heads up. You might want to grab that coffee, leave early. The far right lanes are still completely closed right at the toll plaza. This is a live look there, and this was because of a semi-truck that slammed into it and caught fire. It all happened on Monday night. CHP says the truck driver, a 43-year-old from Antioch, died at the hospital in the crash, and no one else was hurt, though. But part of the toll plaza was destroyed, so it's unclear how long repairs will take. Until then, though, expect delays, and wide load vehicles will have to go around and use Highway 37. We are already seeing the backup there at the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge, and 37 likely to be busy as well. Now that we're in that 7 o'clock hour, this is our busiest hour for the morning commute, and we're tracking some slightly slower speeds down about 9 miles per hour westbound 37 near Mare Island. So just a heads up there. I want to talk about 880 right now. Southbound already busy. Hayward into Union City, getting to the San Mateo Bridge pretty slow and go as well. And there are some street closures in effect north of there in Oakland. That's due to fire crews on scene of a building fire. This is 29th Avenue between 12th Street and 880, right near that exit. And traffic is busy on the freeways, likely because that is a visual distraction. So let's talk about that right now. It's happening in Oakland. Crews are on scene of this warehouse fire. This is very close to 880. In fact, here is a live look. Crews were able to put out the flames. This is on East 12th Street and 29th Avenue. Now, the fire broke out just before 6 this morning. Crews say this is an abandoned building, but they did say that the roof and wall of the building have collapsed. No injuries, though, have been reported. Crews have closed off the road and are advising drivers to avoid the area.
Day 5 in Israel's war against Hamas, and this morning, U.S. help is on the ground as President Joe Biden doubles down in our nation's support for Israel defending itself against terror. And this morning, we are getting a little bit of a sense of Israel's war strategy. After days of airstrikes on Hamas targets, Israeli soldiers are now boots on the ground, dozens of battalions ready to march on Gaza. Hamas rockets continued into the night aimed at Israeli targets. Most of those rockets were intercepted by Israel's Iron Dome defense systems. To try and beat back Hamas's rockets attacks, Israel carried out hundreds of airstrikes in the last several hours, likely while you were asleep. And you see President Joe Biden there on the phone. That is him talking to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. He says he's going to stay in close contact for many days.
We stand with Israel, and we will make sure Israel has what it needs to take care of its citizens, defend itself, and respond to this attack.
And they acted fast, proof positive of what the president just mentioned there. The first U.S. shipments of arsenals has already arrived in Israel. Defense officials say a small group of U.S. Special Forces are there on the ground to help with planning and intelligence. Meanwhile, in Gaza, residents are searching for survivors in the midst of the damage.
It is time for all of this to come to an end for the sake of everyone.
Well, this morning, more than 2,000 people are dead on both sides, and among the dead, 14 Americans. Thousands more are also injured. In Gaza, the UN reports 200,000 people are displaced. Now let's talk about the hostages as their families plea for help. As Sarah Donchi is about to show you, these families say they still don't know if anyone is going in to get their missing family members.
It is the kind of text that would make any parent's stomach turn.
There were two texts in a row from Hirsch at 8:11. The first one said, "I love you." And immediately at 8:11 also it said, "I'm sorry."
Rachel Goldberg's son, Hirsch, was born in Berkeley. He was at the music festival that was ambushed by Hamas terrorists. 260 people were slaughtered. And the last thing Rachel learned about her son's whereabouts is haunting.
He was injured in a gun battle. I mean, they were all civilians at a music festival. They were fish in a barrel, sitting in this bomb shelter. Terrorists came to the door. They were throwing grenades in, shooting machine guns. And we know that Hirsch's arm from the elbow down was severed, was blown off.
Hirsch's parents think militants dragged her son into Gaza. They have not heard from him since. Nahar Netta's mother, Adrienne, is a grandmother from Fresno. She was sitting on her porch when her neighborhood was attacked.
Both my brother and my sister were on the call with her as the terrorist barged into her home. And we heard a little bit of screaming, and that was our last contact with her. The optimistic scenario is that she's held hostage in Gaza and not dead on the street of the kibbutz where we grew up.
What Nahar's family and Rachel's family have in common now is the hope that the United States will do something to get their loved ones back. But they say they've gotten little to no information and that they are frustrated and desperate.
I want also to speak about the responsibility that the U.S. administration, President Biden, and the Secretary of State Blinken has for the lives of every U.S. citizen that is out there. And they are responsible to bring the U.S. citizens back home safe and sound. We expect nothing less from the U.S. administration and from President Biden.
Israel is retaliating relentlessly from the skies. There have been hundreds of strikes on the Gaza Strip. The Palestinian Ministry of Health says at least 950 people have died just there, and more than half of them are women and children. Humanitarian groups say they want to help in our community. There's a group of helpers right here in the Bay Area whose mission is to heal children wounded by war. Betty Yu spoke with a Peninsula woman who says she's helped them before and she's ready to do it again.
Abdullah was 14 years old and living in Gaza when he lost a leg in an Israeli missile attack, according to the nonprofit Palestine Children's Relief Fund. He also lost his mom and two sisters. Janine Nasser, a Bay Area native and Palestinian American, and her mom hosted him at their San Mateo home in 2014 when he received a prosthetic leg.
Abdullah, from what I remember, he was very sweet, very calm. What he taught me was just being thankful and living his life every day with gratitude, because in Gaza you just don't know what tomorrow will bring.
Janine is eager to host another injured or sick child who needs medical care. PCRF's San Francisco chapter raises money and works with local hospitals to provide critical treatments and surgeries.
It's never good to see children losing their lives. Children cannot help where they're born. 50% of the population in Gaza is children. And it really is heartbreaking to think that that is the only world that they have known and seen. So I think my fondest memories are taking them to simple things like to the movies.
Janine and her mom have hosted 3 Palestinian children. The organization has not been able to host anyone in recent years due to COVID concerns, but she stands ready to help now.
Sometimes here, being raised here, you lose sight of things. So it really humbled me to see the struggles and, the adversity that these children from Palestine face, and their determination and their will to stay positive and to stay happy. I think once, the logistics are sorted out, I think PCRF would hit the ground running with hosting children.
The founder of the PCRF says it is impossible to know exactly when they will be able to start getting kids out of Gaza, but they're already seeking volunteers to help.
We're open for people from every background: mental health specialists, doctors, surgeons, nurses, trauma specialists, physical therapists, occupational therapists, businessmen, housewives, college students. We're an organization that enables anybody who wants to volunteer a place to come forward.
Any child selected to seek help in the U.S. would need to be granted a visa by the Israeli government first. We will continue to follow the latest developments out of the Middle East on air, streaming on CBS News Bay Area and online at KPIX.com, where you can find live updates.